Good morning, guys, and welcome to the week. I'm looking forward to working in this week with each and every one of you. So as we come to this week, guys, looking at going forwards and how we're going to continue building and how we're going to continue developing. There's a couple things I wanted to share with you. Some of you might not know that we actually have some. So we have three core values. The core values. But we actually have a few other values that are maybe some of the people who are new here, they've never heard about them. So I just want to let you know what those are as we continue and just give a reminder. And then I want to follow up with letting you know we've made a shift over this past 2 weeks from one strategic thematic goal to another. And I want to share that with you so that you guys know about that as well as we move forwards. And but first I want to talk about really quickly some of these values that we have that I have not shared as as constantly as I've shared the core values. All right, so vision, work-life connection. We harness the power of vision in our lives and our organization. This is a value that we worked on as a leadership team and said this is one of the values that we would really like to aspire to. That like we want to be a reality. That's not always a reality in every single team member's life, but we would really love it if, as much as possible, it was a reality. And so, guys, as you work and as you're growing and as you're developing in your career and your skills, having a work-life vision connection is an incredibly powerful element. That if you harness that, it's a power that is beyond belief. It's like almost a superpower in today's world. And so as we work, guys, I want each and every one of you to be really considering the vision for your life, how that connects to the work that you're doing, or maybe identifying, okay, my vision for my life is actually this thing over here, and I'm not even doing anything like that. So we can work towards that. Because every time people are working towards a worthy ideal or a goal, they feel the progress in their life, and there's energy, there's life, there's vigor because of the forward moving progress that they feel, that we feel. And that's what we want to be a part of our company constantly. All right, we're passionate communicators. This is another a value that we want to aspire to, meaning to be unclear. We define that by to be unclear is to be unkind. We want perfect crystal clarity communication. So passionate communicators, even that transcends the radio waves, the video waves, whatever we call them these days, that because so many of us are displaced, we're in different geographical locations, and communicating clearly is vital for us. And so that's why we do the videos, because the video conferencing all the time on every single meeting that we possibly can do it is simply because we want to be able to see 80% of communication is non-verbal, and we want to be able to see those non-verbal cues as people are communicating. Even right now, you see me moving my hand and how I'm moving my face and my smile, all those things, non-verbal cues that give you a little bit more enhancement of communication. So to be unclear is to be unkind. We say what we mean what we say, and we work really diligently to make sure, as even those geographically separated team members, are connecting and communicating clear. So that's one of our values here. And just if you're new here and as you've come onto our team in the past few months, maybe you're unaware of that, but that is something that is very much on our mind and what we're trying to make a reality in our company. We understand, we communicate clearly to solutions. We don't just communicate clearly, we communicate the way that it actually moves forward to a solution, and that aligns with our proactive core value. The actual core value of our proaction moves us forwards and upwards. And so communicating clearly to solutions is a value that we've worked on trying to make part of our company. And I just want to share that again so that you know that is actually part of the work that we're doing constantly to make sure that's a reality here. And if you see somebody doing something a little bit like, man, I've never seen somebody doing that exactly before, it's probably because of this value, to make sure that communication is just a little bit enhanced, a little bit fresh, a little bit sharper and clearer, and to make sure that solutions come to life from the communications that we have. And then, guys, we are learners. We believe if you are not learning, you are dying. And that's why I'm assigning the books at every single biannual review. And as we're continuing to develop and grow, each and every one of us, and making sure that all of us have some aspect of growing and learning. Because in nature, if something is not growing, if it's stagnant, the water becomes like stagnant when no water comes in and nothing goes out. It starts to stink, and bacteria starts to grow. And that is not somewhere place you want to grow. And that typically means life starts to end there. So stagnant, a tree that's not growing is definitely dying. Plants that not are growing, definitely dying. I was thinking, well, maybe earlier before I was starting this talk, I was thinking, what about rocks? If the rocks are, maybe rocks can actually just not, okay, this is my fantasy in my mind, right? But rocks actually, they can grow too. They can, the elements, the other elements that they're attracted to, they can collect those, right? If they're differently charged elements, atoms, ions, in that level, they can attract little pieces to themselves and actually can get bigger. Or they can just be crushed and be completely smashed into oblivion, which is then, maybe they don't grow. But anyways, my point is, here we believe if we are not growing, we are dying. And so every single member of our team, and especially myself, I wouldn't say even myself, no, I think especially myself, I'm working to grow. And one of my personal growth items right now is I'm reading this really great book, Great by Choice, by Jim Collins. And it's a very helpful exercise in thinking about how to further grow our business and develop and the characteristics that need to be a reality in our company. Some of them are challenging because they're like, man, I need to do better at that. So growing often requires discomfort. I think it always requires discomfort. And so that's a value of ours. So when I assign a book, that's the core value. We are learners. That's the reason I do that. It's not simply because I want to make everybody do something. It's because that we are learners, and if anybody is not learning, that's kind of juxtaposed to that's against our culture. That's not who we are here. So we learn. All right. So I promised you I'd tell you about some of the core values that you are not. Those were not core values. Those were vision, aspirational values, and permission to play values and accidental values. That's outlined in the book, The Advantage, and Patrick Lencioni taught me how to do that. So he said, have your core values and then have these values in addition to that. So guys, I just want to let you know, those are really a part of our company. And those are when you see things happening in our company that may be different than what you've experienced elsewhere. Those are why, because they're deeply intrinsically connected to our core reason for existence and how we actually behave, and the values that we want to see come to life, and that we believe ultimately will make us successful as a team and as a company. And ultimately making this place a better place to work and to experience each other and experience working together in a way that's just different, and that is more fulfilling, and that makes us all connect better. Okay, so I promised you the values. I told you about the values. So what did we change to? What is the big kind of thematic goal change that we've had over the past couple of weeks? So we've been focusing really strictly on making our sales system more effective over the past 12 months, and that went really well, and we're seeing some really great evidence that of how that's working and how that's impacting our company, and really excited about that. So as we do that, the next most important thing has come up, and we're starting to. So since we've set up a lot of elements of and revamped some programs and got some really key people in place and started doing some activities, now it's time we set that system in place, and we just charge forward at full speed ahead. And so we're charging forward full speed ahead, and then making the sales team system effective. objective, thematic goal that we had previously, and now we're moving into this new one, and that is increasing our productivity and client experience in our production department, because we realize that now, okay, we've had a great client experience up till now, and as we bring on these new clients that we're already seeing coming the door, we are going to experience this growth, and we want to make sure that level of service that we have maintains that very static or maybe even upward trend as we continue serving, because we have had a really high rating to this point, guys, and we want to keep the rating high, and we want to keep that experience incredible. And the only way to do that is to circle back to make sure that that section is undergirded with very, very good systems and processes, and that any of the disconnects or the discord in any of those systems or the miscommunications, that we iron all of those out before they have any impact on our clients or the people that we're working with, or even our vendors. So we're shifting right now to focusing on increasing our capacity in our productivity and client satisfaction areas, and making sure that we are growing there as well. Because if we're stagnant in any area, if we're not growing, we're dying. So we're not going to die. And so we're going to continue to prosper, and we're going to continue to focus on this. So guys, as we go into this week, I just want you to know that's the new thematic goal for this period. It's probably going to take us about 6 months to get all the way through the process of doing these things. And you're going to see some new systems or new activities, or maybe some of our core values that you haven't seen manifested before in specific ways coming to life as we continue to work on this and make ourselves a little bit better. Because we have to get a little bit better every single day, like 1% better every single day. And if we do that over a whole year, we get way better. And then we continue to do that year after year. And that just compounds the effect, the better upon the better, upon the better, upon the awesome people that we're bringing in. And we just continue to grow and prosper. And so that's part of the vision for this week, as far as how I see it, guys. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I'm glad you're here, and look forward to what we're going to accomplish together. And again, so we've spent a lot of time on the sales team and sales and marketing objective, and now finally we're getting to move into the production, and this is super exciting. So guys, lend a hand where you can. Make sure you're open-minded about any changes that you see coming up, and any requests that we see. Okay, now we're doing it like this before, let's adapt it to this, and just be ready for those. And because nothing that is stagnant, nothing that stays in one place and doesn't grow stays there very long. It just rots, and it's the process of nature. It just decomposes into nothing, and that's not what we're about. We're going to continue prospering and growing into the biggest possible amazing machine that we can possibly be. So anyways, look forward to working with each and every one of you this week. Let's go forward and get it done.